The wind howled a mournful dirge through the skeletal branches of the ancient oaks surrounding Hollow Creek Cemetery. Rain, cold and relentless, hammered against the crumbling mausoleums and tilted headstones, obscuring the already faint light of the moon. Inside the cemetery's dilapidated gatehouse, Silas Blackwood huddled closer to the sputtering kerosene lamp, its feeble glow barely piercing the oppressive darkness. Silas was the Gravedigger, a position passed down through generations of Blackwoods, each one as gnarled and weathered as the tombstones they tended. Tonight, however, was different. Tonight, Silas wasn't tending graves. He was desecrating one. He'd been approached by a gaunt, well-dressed man named Mr. Albright, who offered a sum of money that could lift Silas and his ailing wife, Martha, out of poverty. The condition: exhume the grave of Eliza Hemlock, a woman buried just weeks ago, and retrieve a specific locket she was said to have been buried with. Silas had wrestled with his conscience, the weight of his family's honor pitted against the desperation of their circumstances. Martha's cough grew harsher each day, and the doctor's bills were mounting. He made the path, armed with a rusty shovel and a lantern that threatened to extinguish with every gust of wind. Silas made his way through the graveyard, the mud sucking at his boots. Eliza Hemlock's grave was new, marked by a simple granite stone. As he began to dig, the earth felt unnaturally cold, resisting his efforts. The deeper he went, the more suffocating the silence became, broken only by the rhythmic thud of his shovel and the frantic beating of his own heart. He tried to ignore the whispers that seemed to sneak through the wind, whispers that sounded like Eliza's name. Finally, the shovel struck wood. A coffin. Silas hesitated, sweat beating on his forehead despite the frigid air. He pried open the lid, the hinges screaming in protest. Inside lay Eliza Hemlock, her face pale and serene, almost as if she were merely sleeping. A silver locket, intricately carved, rested on her chest. As Silas reached for the locket, Eliza's eyes snapped open. They weren't the soft brown eyes he heard described. They were pools of inky blackness, filled with an ancient, malevolent intelligence. A guttural moan escaped her lips, and her hand shot out, grasping his wrist with surprising strength. Her grip was icy, bone-chilling. Terror seized Silas. He ripped his hand away, the locket falling back onto Eliza's chest. He scrambled back from the grave, tripping over a root and landing hard in the mud. He didn't look back as he ran. The image of Eliza's black eyes burned into his mind. He didn't stop running until he reached the gatehouse, slamming the door shut and collapsing against it, gasping for breath. The next morning, Silas awoke to find Martha coughing violently. He rushed to her side, but it was too late. A single black feather lay on her chest, and her eyes, once full of life, were now vacant and black, mirroring the eyes of Eliza Hemlock. Sir Albright stood in the doorway, a knowing smile on his face. He reached into his pocket and produced the silver locket, its surface now stained with the dark, viscous fluid